Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight we just got done watching the Brandy versus Monica versus battle. And there is a lot of opinions whether Monica won, whether Brandy won. There's a lot of opinions about how people felt about the battle. You had some people who said, yo, this is the best battle hands down period, poo, point blank. And then you had a line down the middle where there were people who felt like this was the worst battle of all times, period, poo. The energy was awkward, it was cringy. So I seen a bit of both. I seen people who said, yo, this made me live through the 90s. This made me live through my teenage years. This made me, live. And then, like I said, there was the people who felt kind of the opposite. There was people who felt quite the contrary, and there was people who felt like, it was very awkward and, kind of weird energy going on and things like that. So I am going to open up the call lines. I am on StreamYard. So basically, to join the conversation, you click the link. By clicking the link that I have put in the chat, you can join and give me your thoughts on the versus battle. Now, I'm going to share my thoughts on the versus battle, and then I want you guys to chime in and tell me what your thoughts are on the versus battle. Now, I enjoyed watching the versus battle. I enjoyed the music from both of them. I was singing both of their songs, more of which I vibed with Monica's songs a little bit more than I vibed with Brandy's songs. Like me, I'm more of a Monica type of chick versus like attitude wise and vibe wise. Like I resonate a little bit more with Monica's song, her energy. It kind of reminds me a lot of myself. And, that's just kind of what it was. However, when it comes to a versus battle and it comes to knowing that, they've had this long-term beef that has been going on for some time, and they came together to kind of drop it, put on a show for the fans. Now, although I am more of a Monica type of vibe and more of a standoff-ish type of person in real life, I didn't really like it so much for the versus battle. Now, I didn't like how okay, so there are people who feel like there was shade on both ends. There are people who feel like, Brandy throwed equally as much of shade as Monica, and it was cringy and awkward on both parts. Me watching it, I felt like it was more awkward to me on Monica's side. Like I felt like when I was looking at it, I felt like Brandy was more so like, girl, let's get this money. I want to let bygones be bygones. I want to just have fun with it. Like, let's just turn up, girl. Like the people been wanting this. It's been a long time coming. Let's have fun. That's kind of the vibe that I got from Brandy. Now, Brandy seemed like she was more so like, I'm here to big up your songs. I'm here to big up my songs. That's kind of the vibe I got from Brandy. Now, if you have this conversation with other people, they'll say, they didn't get that from Brandy. A lot of people will say like they felt shady from Brandy and things like that. The only irritating part from Brandy was when Monica sung Sideline Ho. Now, when Monica sung Sideline Ho, I'm like, girl, we are grown. We are not, this is not a kid's show. So when, Brandy interjected and she was like, my daughter's watching. Oh my God, I can't believe you said ho. I was like, Brandy, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. Now, other than that part, what I'm saying, like on that part, I was like, Brandy, shut up, girl. And at that moment, I realized a tour was not happening. However, I felt like, okay, Brandy annoyed me on that part, but her energy throughout, other than that part, she was very participating. She was very much, here for trying to make it a good battle. She was trying to make jokes. And Monica, although I vibed with Monica's songs more, now, like I'm saying, I vibed with Monica's songs a little bit more. Monica was a little bit more snooty. Like she wasn't picking up her mic. She wasn't really engaging as much. Like the Boy Is Mine performance was very cringe to me. Like the whole Boy Is Mine performance, I wanted high energy. I wanted them both to be like, you need to give it up. The boy is like, I wanted them both to be into it, but like, I don't know. I just felt like the Boy Is Mine performance was very lackluster. I was hoping for a bigger performance for the Boy Is Mine. I gave the battle to Brandy. Now, again, I vibed with Monica's hits better. I liked her songs. I felt like they were more turned up. They were more my vibe. However, I feel like Monica lost points for attitude. Like Brandy was like, like, girl, I've been singing your songs, like sing my songs too. And I felt like Monica was more so like turning her nose up to it, like, girl, please, like, you know what I'm saying? And she just gave me a little bit more attitude than I wanted. And I'm a girl with attitude. I got a lot of attitude myself, but I just didn't want it for the battle as much. Now, like I said, there was people who felt like, Brandy was equally shady. So I've opened up the lines and I want you guys to give me your thoughts on it. I'm going to bring on Sean and then I'm going to bring on more people. And, you guys tell me what you guys think about it. Sean, hello. Or Shalon. Oh, you clicked off. Somebody said, I'm a diehard Monica fan, but Brandy won. She should have left the attitude. Someone else says, I felt the same way. Like, sing with me like I'm promoting you. Right. And talk about promoting. Like, okay, so when I watched the DMX versus who the hell did DMX go up against? Damn, I'm having a brain fart. DMX went up against, I can't even think who DMX just did a versus battle with. But anyways, when DMX just did his versus battle, I'm like, they are working on these song playlists together. Like they're like beforehand, they're like, okay, I'm gonna play this song. I felt like they were matching up the songs and, putting up a sequence of songs together and things like that. With this versus, Snoop Dogg. Why? I don't know why that just slipped my mind real quick. DMX versus Snoop Dogg versus battle. I felt like they came together collectively and worked on a sequence of songs and that worked together and flowed together, and they knew what song was coming next. Like that's kind of the feel that I got from that versus battle, because the songs sequentially, like they worked next, like one after another. This versus battle, I'm like, I kind of felt like they didn't know what was going on. Like it felt like Brandy didn't know that, in the intermission time that Monica was going to be releasing her singles. I'm like, she seemed like that was by surprise. And then when it came to the 20th song and Brandy was like, I'm going to give The Boy Is Mine going to be my last song, it seemed like that was kind of a surprise to Monica. Like they didn't really seem like too much in sequence. And when Snoop Dogg and DMX did their versus battle, I'm like, behind the scenes, they're coming up with a sequence so that it's more enjoyable. But it seemed like they were totally shocked at the sequence on this battle and this go around. And they didn't, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, okay, during the 20 songs, Monica isn't including her songs in this 20. She's doing hers on the intermission. But then Brandy is dropping new music within it. And then she's adding The Boy Is Mine on song 20. And then like the energy, I don't know. It just was weird. Like, it just was weird. It was a good battle. I enjoyed it. And I don't want you guys to take my criticism as I did not enjoy it. I did enjoy it. It just was a lot of cringe moments for me. It was a lot of cringe moments. Like there was a lot of moments that was very cringe. The moment where Brandy was like, my daughter was watching, that was very cringe. The Boy Is Mine performance was cringe. like the little shots here and there, it just kind of like there was moments that made it very cringe, although I enjoyed watching the battle. um Mrs. Immeasurable says it was well needed. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree that it was very well needed. Um, I liked Monica's new song that she's dropped. Her new song is called Trenches. I went ahead and downloaded it. I was feeling it. Um, I liked it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's very much my vibe. Um, let me see. Uh At the end of the day, I didn't view it as a competition like everyone else does. I was simply there for the music. Right. I mean, I was there for the music too, and I didn't view it as a competition between the two. I'm just pointing out the cringe moments. Like, I didn't look at it as like, oh, Monica is better than Brandy, or Brandy is better than Monica. I didn't look at it like that. I didn't even base my points or my who won based on the music, because like I said, I fucked with Monica's music a little bit more, but I gave it to Brandy simply because I felt like Monica lost points in not loosening up as much as I'd like her to loosen up. Now, I didn't want her to be fake because like I said, I feel like Monica reminds me a lot of myself. Like, I'm very much kind of standoffish type of person in real life. Like, I'm not about to be fake with you type of thing. But just for the audience, I wanted her to loosen up a little bit more. Like, I don't want her to be fake. I don't want her to be acting like she's Brandy's BFF. And I don't want her to be acting like, a kumbaya that she doesn't really feel. However, for the sake of entertaining the audience, she didn't have to like so much be chummy to Brandy to kind of give us a little bit more energy. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just wanted a little bit more energy from Monica to us. Not even chummy to Brandy. Like, you don't got to be fake. Like, if you're really not feeling her like that, don't be fake at all. I don't want you to be fake. But I just wanted Monica to give a little bit more energy. She just was kind of like, I don't know. Like, I just wanted a little bit more energy from her. That's all I'm saying. Like, I didn't want her to be fake towards Brandy. I didn't want her to act like they were BFFs or act like, all of those things. I just wanted a little bit more energy. Like, when it came to the Boys Mind song, I really did want a true performance. Like, you ain't got to be acting like y'all cool, but just on your part, give me a little bit more energy. That's all I wanted. I just wanted a little bit more energy, but I do want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what you guys think. You do not have to show yourself on camera. If you click the link, you have the option to turn your camera off and just tell me how you feel about the Verzuz battle, how the Verzuz battle resonated with you, who you felt like won, and what you felt overall. Somebody said Brandy played too much. Monica don't play at all. She has no sense of humor. Monica definitely didn't want to join on some of the extra songs. Somebody said why Monica don't like Brandy. They have a long list of history. All right, so we have It's Pooh on the line. What is your thoughts about it?
Hey, Nick.
Hey.
She's trash. My thing is, I look at it like Monica is jealous of Brandy. I mean, Brandy took off. Let's be realistic. She still hold a grudge back in the day. I ain't trying to be funny. Yes, I am. Look, she can't even keep a man.
Not I ain't trying to be funny, but yes, I am. Okay, hold up. Go
Look,
ahead.
she can't even keep a man. I mean, the boy is mine. Boy is mine.
Brandy, wait. We can't say that because Brandy has been single this whole time.
Monica can't keep a man. Monica can't. I said Brandy by mistake, but Monica can't keep a man. She has a bad attitude. Like she's stuck somewhere. Like you just never know about her. I mean, my thing.
She was with Shannon Brown for a long time, though. They was together for a long time.
Not with him now. She been with what's that guy, that little rapper? All them people. She come on now. They stay cheating on her. Nobody got time for it. My thing is this. You got to make sure your people are satisfied. You just can't be online acting as if you're all that and you don't want to be there. You should have stayed home. Look at you. You have your platform. You do your thing no matter what. Sometimes you don't want to talk, but still, you're making sure that everybody is good because you got a platform. We got to watch you sit there as if you don't want to be there. I'm just like, really? I didn't even watch the whole thing. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I like Brandy because my thing is this. She didn't gain weight, but people don't understand that's time. How skinny she's supposed to be. So people are dragging her now because she's thick than a mug. At the end of the day, Brandy know how to
Mhm.
move. She know how to make her money. Brandy had a successful career. Not to say Monica didn't, but her attitude stopped her in a lot of ways. Look at Brandy. I mean, Monica just had a TV show, and what was that? I mean, that was boring. And then now it's like, what else? She could have just made herself look good just performing like, hey, the beef is over with. Now you look like you still got beef in the streets from back in the day. See, I don't like females that don't know how to drop it. I don't like grudge people, hold grudges for years and stuff like that. You can honestly,
Yeah,
you can.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a grudge holder. Like I'm a person who I do hold grudges. So I feel Monica, but I just feel like in that moment, 8 years passed. This is the first time y'all in the room together. Like this is a big moment. Y'all got a 1.2 million people watching y'all. I feel like although I am a person, I do hold grudges, and if I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. But if I come to a conclusion to where it's like we gonna drop it, I'm gonna drop it and have fun. So I was expecting her to drop it and have a little bit more fun and loosen up a little bit more.
Exactly. But see, my thing is this, Nick, you can't hold a grudge. You can love a person from a distance because when you hold grudges, you get this thing called karma. Things start happening.
I hold
You know,
grudges, baby.
it's,
I say
it's
fuck a motherfucker I ain't fucking with.
but that's
For
my
real.
heart been broken too, but I don't hold grudges because I know when I see them later, they're not happy. So I win anyway. So at the end of the day, that's the real spiel.
Somebody said, okay, so somebody in the chat, and hold up before I read the chat. Thank you to Ash Bash for the super chat. I appreciate the donation so much. You know, some of these motherfuckers on YouTube flossing their riches, bitch. I ain't there yet, so I appreciate the coin because I ain't getting that same coin. Okay. But somebody said, I feel like you asking Monica to be fake. No, and that's the thing. I'm not. See, this is a thing that you guys got to understand. There's a difference from giving energy to your audience to being fake with a bitch that you really don't fuck with. I'm not asking for her to be fake with Brandy and act like they're BFFs. What I'm saying is, I was just wishing for a little bit more energy from her in certain times, and it had nothing to do with being fake or acting chummy like she fucked with her the best. Because truth be told, when they ended the battle, Ray J was recording and they gave each other more love and more energy after the cameras stopped rolling for the versus battle than they did when the cameras were actually rolling. But go ahead, it's Pooh. I'm gonna add 93 to the line as well.
At the end of the day, like I said, I mean, it's too many years went by. You got an audience, you got to like, if you don't want to be there, don't be there. But people are watching you. Everybody is watching you. So people are going to judge because you're there. Like people are going to judge me for talking my stuff. I don't care. The moral of the story is if you don't want to be somewhere, don't show up. If you're not going to be like, I mean, just think about how Snoop Dogg and DMX. DMX done been through everything in the world. He still made time to try. Like, okay, he might can't rap all the lyrics like he used to, but he know he has fans still to this day. Why just sit there and act like, hey, I really don't want to be here, but the boy is mine or the boy is yours, whoever the boy belonged to. The moral of the story is still have fun with it. We are watching you because we are fans. That's just how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's a reason why Brandy took off and she didn't. That's just my personal opinion. Throw a tomato. I don't care. But no, I mean, like, think about it. Notice Brandy had a great
The
career.
link for to chime in is in the chat. Go ahead.
I just want to say I kind of disagree, like what y'all saying. I think Monica was real reserved because Brandy's music, like her vocals were just better, like, and they like kind of two different girls. So I think she was
They
trying to
are
keep her.
definitely two different girls. They
So
are.
it was
They are.
like this verses was like it was only kind of really because of the beef, because in actuality this is like apples and oranges, they really don't compare. So this was for the fans, and I think with like Monica being more of like the hood girl, and then like Brandy being like your next door neighbor that's like the sweet girl, it's just a different vibe. Like they both go out, but they probably not at the same parties, and that's just
They
how it is.
definitely I don't see them ever being like true friends that mesh because they're total opposite for real, for real. That's why
Yeah, and
I don't think the tour is happening at all. Like anybody who thinks the tour is happening, they are fucking delusional. But go
I
ahead,
think for
93.
the bag, I think for the bag that it could happen, but I think it would. I think they would have to do like a real live year and prep for this tour, just for the simple fact, like, but they would have to really get it to balance. Like, they playlist would have to be good because Brandy, as like I said, I'm kind of watching the battle now, but like you said, she was like, "Oh my God, you said ho!" Like she all like saved and sanctified to a certain extent.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
didn't like that part. I'm gonna be honest. When she said that, I was like, Brandy, shut the fuck up. We grown as fuck over here. And that's why I don't think that they will mesh. But even despite that part irritating me toward about Brandy, because I did get irritated at that point. I was like, girl, shut up. Like, girl, your daughter is damn near grown her fucking self. Like, I was still in high school when you was pregnant, all damn near. Like, I was barely getting out of high school, and I've been out of high school a long damn time. So I'm like, Brandy, shut up. Talk about my daughter is watching. That part irritated me. So I knew, I'm like, girl, y'all is not gonna. That's how I knew that I didn't feel like the tour was gonna. They are two different people.
but that's
However,
why. Go
when
ahead.
it comes to Monica, I'm not asking her to be fake because I'm not going to be fake with somebody. I just really wanted her to just loosen up a little bit. So I don't want people to confuse it to where they feel like, I wanted her to be fake because, what I'm saying, like Brandy didn't come off a certain way or whatever. I just wanted her to just give a little bit more energy.
I feel you. But like I said, I'm kind of watching it now. Like just looking at the wardrobe, I mean, she got on a whole fir- she sucked in. I don't think she could move that much. I think she got a girdle on up under there to give her shape, and she got on leather pants. Like I don't think she could move that much. I think she was trying to breathe and not even being funny. Like, and I'm watching it. She keep falling back. She stuck. She plumped. Like she can't move. She got on a whole, what is it called? Not a girdle, but when it's cute.
Bustier.
Yeah, like, and you can see it up under. So like her
And
shape,
then in
like.
some of the pictures like that Ray J posted, it looked like her pants had a rip in it, but that's another conversation.
But see, that's what I'm saying. So, like, I think some of that energy was literally her trying to be cute and not bust out them pants. But with Monica, like, being so aggressive, I think she did a good job. Like, I think this live came out good. Like, I feel what you're saying with the energy thing. I think part of it
Yeah.
was, I mean, also, Brandy don't have turn up music. So it's like, it kind of ain't she can only really turn up to her songs, and then it's like you ain't trying to be extra because they your songs. So I don't know. I think she did a good job, like keeping it cute.
Yeah, and I don't want people to misunderstand me like I did. Perry, I'm gonna remove you because I don't know what your background noise is going.
93.
I enjoyed the battle. I enjoyed the battle, and I watched it from start to finish. Like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the music from both of them. So I don't want people to get it to
For
where they
sure.
feel like I didn't enjoy it because I did. I enjoyed Monica's music more than I enjoyed Brandy's music. I just wanted more energy from Monica. I mean, people feel like I feel like that's going over people's heads of what I'm trying to say. I enjoyed Monica. I just wanted her to just give me like the boy is mine was where I just made up my mind to where I was just like, you know what, Monica, you getting on my goddamn like I really wanted a true performance for the boy is mine. And when I didn't get that, it made me mad. It
Right.
made me
Okay, well, I
mad.
haven't got
It
there
fucking
yet.
made me
I ain't
mad.
got there yet.
The Boys Mind performance made me fucking mad. Miss T, what is your thoughts?
At least you honest. You like, I'm gonna tell y'all where the
Hey,
anger came from right there. Like,
That's where they just had me messed up. Like at that part, I'm like, y'all, I didn't waited how many hours for y'all to come to the Boys Mind, and y'all got the mics down. Y'all not like,
yep.
oh, they want oof, they got on my nerves on the Boys Mind. But Miss T, what's your thoughts?
I was just really disappointed because this is the first versus battle that I've seen that they didn't do anything live. Like there was always a track. When Snoop and DMX did it, they rapped live and then they did freestyle. When Alicia Keys and John Legend did it, they sang, they did stuff live. And I was really disappointed too that at least I thought they were going to do The Boys Mine live and they didn't even do that. So
And
I
it looked
think,
like they forgot the lyrics. I'm like, did
yeah,
y'all forget the lyrics to the song? Like, what's going on in
like
this
what are we
performance?
doing?
What is happening right now? Like, the Boys
Yeah,
Mind is like our all-time
right.
come together. Come,
And you
like,
could
this
bring
is
it.
why we're
Right. It's
here.
the
Like, what
two
the
of you.
hell?
Right. It's literally y'all song, the two of you. What are we?
Yeah, they was looking like, okay, wait,
Right.
with this part, like if you look at, I
Hmm.
swear they look like they forgot the lyrics to the damn
Yeah, if they
song.
were
I'm
not.
like, this is the fucking monumental part of the verses.
Right.
Like,
And you, that's the only song you played the whole thing of, and still nothing. So I was just like, wait, what? It's like they made us wait, wait, wait. I didn't know that we took intermissions either. This is kind of the first one where I've been like, oh, okay, we're doing that. But it kind of felt like Brandy also tried to extend the olive branch a little bit to Monica. Like she was like, "Girl, you could join in. You could sing with me on that."
she
And she was
told
like,
her, right? She told her to pick up
"Yeah,
her mic. She was like, pick up
right.
your mic. I've been singing your songs. Pick up your mic.
Like
And then
join with
Monica was
me.
like, girl, I ain't
I'm
about
like,
to sing your
no,
damn songs.
I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you make it." Okay.
Yeah.
The most energy Monica brought was when she sang "You Should Have Known." When she sang to See Murder. That's like the most
Right.
she really
She was like,
I
I
got
give,
this.
when I love
I got
somebody,
heart.
I go
Girl,
down. Like, I'm like, girl, okay, shout out your
girl.
prison bae.
Okay, I
Shout
see
out your
you.
prison nigga that got the girl posting that
Right?
she been visiting him for the longest. Go
Thank
ahead,
you.
girl.
Like he
Shout
was an
out your prison
extra,
bae.
extra, extra. So that part I didn't really understand. And it kind of just made the whole performance kind of rigid. And then, yeah, the whole thing. And then she did it literally. Monica did that on purpose, like four more times. She's like, don't do it. Oh, don't do what? Oh, don't. But
I mean, I would have shut Brandy up on that part too. Like, girl, we grown. Fuck you
yeah,
talking about? Don't
yeah,
sing
I
hoe.
don't know why. And why is she? Yeah, she
Like,
did
how old
that.
is
Like,
Brandy's
yeah,
daughter? Brandy's daughter, like 15, 16 years old. Like, girl,
yeah,
shut up talking to me about don't sing hoe because your
don't
daughter
sing it.
watch.
And so
but
she
I
did that
think
a
that's
couple. You mean
also why the
how?
energy was like that because Brandy is a
But
lot. And
that
it's like,
wasn't to the end, though. That was towards the
Yeah.
end. That was
but
towards,
Brandy
okay, the middle.
got a big energy though, like just
Um,
anyways. And it's like y'all said, we is grown. Like,
yeah.
calm down a little bit. Like, do you need to go hit the joint? Like, just chill. Like, I don't know. Like, Brandy was like ready to like bounce off the walls, and it's like, I don't know. She just
I
hot
think Brandy
energy
maybe
even when
wanted
she
more like
chill.
back and forth. Like I said, this is the first verses where they didn't really like bounce back and forth off each other's energy. So I
But
feel
they
like Brandy,
music is different energies, and that's why I think it was like, I think a tour will work more because it won't like, because this is supposed to be like verses, and like I said, it's kind of
I don't think they're
weird.
gonna get
who's
along. I
gonna
don't think they're
headline
gonna
on a
get along
tour?
on a tour. I
I
don't.
was gonna
I don't
say
I
think
who
think
that
it
they
should
would get
be
along on a
something.
tour.
not at
I
who
all.
think
I
it should
think
be
we
headlines on
gonna
a
something
make
like
tour?
the
yin and
song
yang.
Mm-mm,
Like they got to
100%.
do something like that to where
mm-mm,
it's like good versus bad, or like some
mm.
type of thing like that. Not necessarily those particular words because those is controversial, but something that's like that shows like the best of both worlds, or something like to that nature type
And
thing.
who would be the
Because
headliner? Like
it,
who
I
would
don't
go
think it
first? Like
would
Both
be
of
no
them. I think both
headline.
of them would. I think both of
I
them. It
think
would be
like just it will
Brandy and
alternate the
Monica
nights,
type
if
thing.
yeah, it
anything.
Yeah.
would have to be.
I think they would have to bring on like a random ass third person, like
Right.
Ashanti or like a J Lo or somebody. Just have to be somebody
Oh,
random, just to
she
kind
said
of break
random.
it up. But honestly, for this whole thing, I felt like Brandy was like shading the fuck out of Monica the entire time, and Monica was keeping it cute. She was like,
You felt like Brandy? See, I seen that. Like
I think they took little digs off each
I
other.
seen that people
Yeah,
felt
but
like
Brandy was
Brandy
giving it
was
harder.
shading her. I didn't get it harder from Brandy. So that's kind of interesting that like we see things through different lenses because I felt
Mm.
like Monica was more of the shady boots than I
Yeah,
felt like Brandy was.
me
I felt
too.
like Brandy was more of the like let girl, we don't really fuck with each other, but let's make the best
Right.
of
Let's
it.
stay
Like
cool
that's
Yeah,
and
kind
but
of
let's
like
talk
how
even
about
when
the
it came
past
that's
to
and
kind of
like
how
whatever.
I
certain
felt like.
songs, when it
Like
came
I
to
didn't.
certain songs, like Brandy
Mm,
hit no
Go ahead. You went out a little bit. Go ahead. Hello?
and Monica knows that too.
I'm
And she
about to
just
say
let
what.
her go. And she was just like, okay, go ahead.
But then, like
I was just
also
like,
on the when they were singing, what was that? Oh, what was that? They were singing. Oh, and then when she was talking about the waiting to exhale thing, like Veronica was like, "Oh, you didn't call me
yeah.
for that," and she
Oh
had
yeah, I
no.
didn't get a part
Exactly.
of
She was
that.
like, "Oh,
Brand,
I'm so
Brandy,
sorry. I'm
oh,
so sorry you
I'm
didn't get called
sorry,
for that."
my bad. So do you think she was? That was.
So much fucking shade,
No, I
but
disagree.
she classy with
I
it.
don't think Brandy meant
I
it like
think
that. I
Brandy
really
is
think.
passive aggressive and
Yeah,
Monica is aggressive. So Monica's just seemed more
Very.
like,
yeah.
but it was
Monica
really back
straight
and
up.
forth, and that's why I think it was cute because they was
Yeah.
both throwing their jabs, but wasn't nobody like really getting offended. I think it was
They
cute.
didn't
It
go
was
in.
cute.
Yep.
Yeah,
It
because it
Mm-mm.
was.
was
It was.
like
It was very
they
classy.
like Brandy held her own. She ain't get sensitive in her feelings, and Monica ain't blow her wig. I think I'm
Brandy couldn't. She was
clapping
over
for
there
both
doing all
of
those
them.
ad libs. Brandy was
Harry,
bringing church.
Yeah, I'm here.
Harry, what are your
I'm
thoughts?
so I agree with you. Like I saw your post on Facebook. That's what made me come to see if you were live. But I feel like I went in, honest to God, I went in Team Monica because
Yeah.
I always felt like over the years Monica was trying to um, you know, keep stuff real cute. But then that Brandy was always, throwing like the subtle shade about, just the little comments that she would make. And then I thought that she had already said she wouldn't do the verses. But it seemed like the more I started watching that Brandy came like ready to just to bear it all, like to wear her heart on her
Mm.
sleeve, to give a
It
show.
it,
And
it
like
was
you were
Give a show.
definitely
Yeah.
it was definitely evident in the very beginning before they even start that they had to get Monica to come on board because
yeah,
Brandy made it very
Yep.
evident
And
that
she
she
also
was
made it
Yeah.
apparent too.
yeah, she
Yep.
made it
That
very
she's reached
evident
out.
like I
She
was on
loves
board
her.
I was on board and I'm glad that Missy was the one who changed your mind. I'm glad that this person was the one
Yep.
cuz she made it very evident that girl I really wasn't fucking with this and I really didn't really fuck with you.
Hmm.
But
wow.
Missy really wanted me
Yep.
to
She
do
said
it.
Missy and
Missy,
Timberland made her come on
yeah,
there.
Hmm.
Yep.
yeah, she was like, yeah.
They both.
Wow.
So, yeah,
Now, do you think
yeah.
it
Yep.
was shade?
And Mandy was like, okay, yeah, yeah. Yep.
Now,
For
do you
sure.
think
Brand,
Monica was
yeah.
shading her when she brought up what was it, singing the Moesha song or something? She was like, you give me copyright infringement. You're gonna be sued."
Oh, she
Do
said
you
you're
think?
gonna get sued by somebody. But
Don't
I
say.
think they
Hmm.
what was it when was it Monica? I don't know. It just seemed like with Brandy, she kept trying to involve her. Like seeing this part with me and Monica was just kind of sitting there and like I
Hmm.
forgot which one of you guys said it seemed like all her energy was when she was talking about C murder.
Oh
Oh
my
yeah,
Everything
God.
else she
Facts.
kind
hmm,
of
She
just
had all the
she
energy
was
for
It
C
made
sparkling.
me
murder.
want to jump
Yeah,
on when y'all started saying that. I was like, hell yes. I'm so
sparkling.
I think Neek said that first. And I was like,
I know she
oh
right.
loves
my
him.
God, yes. Everything
I know she
about like
loves
she
him.
started getting so hyped when they were talking
She was
about
hyped.
like
She
because
jumped up.
Brandy kept throwing like little hints about like, oh yeah, I see this, that, and other, whatever. And then
Hmm.
Monica kept getting hyped and saying little stuff, whatever. And then she was like, oh yeah, well, I'm glad you brought it up because my little bros over here, they got their shirts on and we was gonna wear our shirts. And I was just like,
Right.
girl,
Like
Yeah, she
what?
was like,
okay.
when
Yeah,
I hold somebody down, I
Yes.
I
hold her
love him for
down.
life. I
I
love
love
him for life.
I
hard.
was
Like, girl,
all
you
there. I
just
was
had
like,
two
what?
marriages in
Yep,
Calm
between them.
down.
And
With
you
Yeah,
met
for
kids.
him
real.
when
girl,
you
And
were
like
16. Like, what is you
exactly.
talking about?
girl,
Like, he was a
Right.
girl.
grown ass man. You was 16 years old. And
Exactly.
then, like, okay,
A
go ahead, girl.
predator.
Go off. Go off.
I
A
mean,
whole
Yeah, that was the
predator.
most excitement she had.
she
And
has
why couldn't
a,
they sing "The Boy Is Mine" like live again? I didn't understand.
that attitude
It
is bad.
seemed like Monica was just ready to go. Like she just
Yeah,
made her little appearance and then it was just like, okay, I did my part. I'm about to
and
because
I'm
I
out.
felt like to me, I felt a little I felt like too she was on her turf in Atlanta and she was showing off. Like it was just kind of like you came out here, so I'm doing you a favor. I mean it
I
just
don't
felt.
think it was the fact that they were in Atlanta. I think it was
I
the
thought
fact
that
that
too.
before
I felt that
I
about like
think
a
the
lot of the old
I
school
think it
joints
was
that she
the
was
fact
saying because
of
like I guess I was younger, like when they were really popping. But
nah, I
I
think it
was
was
just
more
like, okay,
so
a
the
lot of
fact
the bangers that Monica
people
had were they
already
had
pumped
like
in her
features
mind that
from
she was gonna
people from
win.
Atlanta.
Oh,
Right.
okay, I
But
got you. That
No,
makes
I
sense.
think it
yeah,
was more
but
no,
Brandy
I think
live
it
in
was more
LA.
so like
And I was like, okay,
people
maybe she
already
had
put
an
in their bet.
opportunity, but I was just like, okay, I see it. They were bangers, but at the same time, I feel like if Brandy would have jumped on a lot of those songs that Monica was on, they would have been just as hot.
I
So
mean,
I don't
Brandy,
know.
thing
I
is,
No,
felt like it was a tie. It was a
I think it
really
was
good thing.
more
This is
so
the
that
first
people
versus that
put in
I sat all the
their
way through.
tallies
So I'm not gonna
before.
say if one was
Yeah.
gonna
Mhm.
beat the other one, but it was
now,
nice.
now Brandy,
Because I saw people saying that Monica ran laps around Brandy. I'm like, what show was that? That didn't
I don't know
happen.
about
Exactly.
that.
Nah, I don't
I
agree with
was
that.
I
I
don't know
was
Okay,
about
banging
so
on
that.
both of them. I was trying to put
what
it on
did you
YouTube so
guys
I could put
think
it on my TV. I
about
was like, okay, both of them was amazing,
Wendy?
but I was just
Chill out.
like, maybe back in
I'm
the
just
day,
going.
Monica had better features, but I don't
Wendy,
know.
huh? Okay, all right, all
Brandy,
right.
Wendy got her
What
own
is
show going on.
I thought I was
yeah? Wendy
tripping.
is
Nah.
I'm like,
on
do I have a
10.
I don't
lag?
know. I was just so excited. This is the first one that I have really been like into. I'm just like, that was hit. That shit was slapping.
Wendy said, "I'm Wendy tonight. How you doing?"
Right.
Okay.
Uh,
So, what did y'all think about Brandy's poems?
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
that was a detour for me. I'm like, girl, reel that
unnecessary.
in. Right.
It,
It was, yeah,
it was
it was
cute the
fluff.
first. It was decent the first time. It was semi slightly annoying the third time, and then thank God she couldn't find the last one. Thank God.
It was
Fill me
Erica
in. What was the poem
Badu-esque.
about?
Like, let Erica do
Right.
something like that.
Oh, she came completely bohemian. Yeah. In the
Yeah.
outfit. Like what? Oh, okay.
Did y'all catch
And
Erica
Erica was in the
Badu and all of
comments
them
too.
in
She
the
probably
chats
felt that.
though? Yes.
So the Shade Room caught a post that Meek Mill posted, and mind you, Meek Mill just had his girl Milano, or however you say her name, and
Mm-hmm.
they just had their baby and broke up. But while he was on the chat on the Verses, he posted up a post where he said maybe his soulmate is in there, and it's like, boy, you just like
Poor
what?
bye.
Oh,
Poor.
I saw that too and didn't know who that was. I actually was looking at the comments when that came through, and I didn't
It
know who
was
that was.
Meek
That was him.
Mill. It was Meek
He
Mill.
probably
Meek Mill was like, "Oh, maybe my soulmate is in here." Like, nigga, you just had
right
a
after
baby.
he got out of
Like,
jail. He wished somebody would hold him down like that when he was in jail. That's
Oh, he need to be worried
like
about that
what?
toddler chest he got.
What
That little
y'all
boy
feel
body he's
about
still working around with.
that?
like stop it.
I
What
know.
y'all
Wow.
feel about that?
That's
Sit down.
tacky. That is
That
thirst, and it's just tacky.
Meek was
So
feeling
You
his
in the
shot.
whole
unnecessary.
He
versus
knew a
battle
bunch of
trying
females
to.
was watching this live. He was being a whole dude.
I bet you he put that up after she sang her loyalty song. I bet you that
He was doing
Oh,
that for the
huh?
thotties,
mm,
not for
that's
Brandy
when
and
she put it
Monica.
up.
I wonder if Monica really think that's about to be something when he get if he get
Hello.
home.
No,
all
Uh,
right, that
I
girl,
hope
what
so,
you
because
yeah,
think?
it'll
she
What
be
you
a
might get her
think?
face
reality
cracked.
show.
Okay, so hey, you guys, what's up?
Hey.
Hey, girl,
Hey.
hey.
that girl.
Okay, so let me tell y'all. So, okay, first of all, I missed some of it, but I did catch the middle to end probably. So I went to the store, whatever, and then I came home. And actually, when I first left out, I was watching it. So I stopped at the store, then I dropped my phone, then I had to come home, charge my phone. I was like, oh yay, I caught it. So I was cooking. But so the vibe that I got from it when I watched it, I was like, oh my God. Like it was epic to me. Now I will say I agree with Meek when I say the ending. I was pissed about because I actually was in here talking to myself like, yo, so that's it? For real? I know
And
they
then
ain't
the
gonna
way
just
they just cut it off, like
They
I'm
didn't
like,
cut off.
damn,
They didn't say
Yes,
thank you. They
like
didn't
the
say we
way
They
love
just
it
cut it
was,
off
y'all.
the whole way
mid-sentence.
that it just went off,
Like,
y'all. Like y'all know, like even before it came, which is true, everybody was expecting them to bring back the whole attitude with the Nayas, the my neck rolling, the eyes roll, like they
right.
supposed to kept
Bouncing
the
back and forth
attitude.
off each
But
other.
they didn't. Now before that, I heard that they said that they were saying that um this battle will be what they put to end. So that means like everybody see what y'all have to understand is they have been feuding. I still always want to know what the hell they was feuding for, but so
Same
if you
here.
go back, they was on the same record label when they was younger, and you know how that is. So they probably was just beefing or whatever, whatever. You know what I mean? It's for
They were
no
the two hot
reason.
girls at the time. You
Right,
know,
for no
they were the
reason
two hot.
though. And they probably was playing each other, probably playing them against each other. How they do with
Was
us
it the East
now?
Coast, West Coast? Remember, she was like East Coast, West
Right.
Coast.
But
Mm.
but see, y'all forget. Okay, these are two ladies who's actually still nice looking ladies. Two ladies. They was cute when they was younger also. And can you imagine being so young, 14, 15, 16, in the industry, and you know you got all these people around you, and you a good singer and you a good singer, and maybe they felt like because of that feud, like they was playing them against each other without them
Well, they
actually.
were. They were.
Oh,
Actually,
You know what I
they've
definitely.
mean?
talked about
Hmm.
that.
They definitely
So
Yeah.
like
did.
there has definitely been talks in the industry, and before I go into that, I want to answer this person. APZ says, "How can you rewatch it? Does anyone know?" It is
on
on the
on
Instagram
YouTube
page. It's on YouTube, but also on Instagram you can watch it directly from Verzuz
versus.
TV. So it's VERZUZ TV. Verzuz
Oh,
TV
and let me
on
say my piece.
Instagram. It's already posted and you can watch it there. Now,
I'm just learning about verses, y'all. So I didn't know that watching the shows, because I was honestly just gonna wait till either going on Brandy page or Monica page because I follow both of them. But when I actually seen the, so I was like, well, damn, this where all the battles been going down at, like, yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Now, who
also
do you
on
So
think the
Apple.
next battle should be? Who should the next verses be?
when I cut it on, I was like, oh my god, there they go. Like, so I seen the beginning when it first came on. Like I said, when I was getting ready to go over the door to the store, and then they had the music they was bumping in the background. I'm like, oh, it's on. It came on. It had to come on at exactly 8 o'clock. I was like, cool. So then by the time I got to the store, my phone died. I had to wait all the way till I got back home. Once I got home, I hurried up and was trying to put away the little bit of stuff I had, and I was like, hold on. Let me check and see if it's still on. Mind you, I had to charge my phone first, girl. When it got to about 13, 14%, ooh, girl, I hurried up and got on IG. You hear me? And I had already.
You got a whole story time for us, that girl. She got a whole story time.
I
Okay.
had hurried up and got on verses. You hear me? I was not trying to miss that. Now, because I got talent and I like to sing now, I got something for y'all. I don't know if they already did it. I'm gonna have to, now that I'm on versus page, I'm gonna have to go back and check the stuff that I missed. So I do remember with the DMX and the Snoop Dogg, I caught a little bit of that, but I watched most of it from YouTube. When I say DMX
That was
I
always
dope.
watched
been hot.
I, I
DMX.
I watched the DMX
Yeah.
and Snoop Dogg versus live, just like I watched the Monica versus Brandy live, and I did not like
Mm.
how they ended this live. Like Brandy was in the middle of talking, and they just cut it like right there. I'm like,
Because
whoa,
that
wait a
probably was
minute.
the end of it,
Exactly.
right? That was like the end. They was done. So Monica
No,
looked
they
too
just
No,
seasoned.
barely
Monica was
just did
done.
the song. No, they just
Yeah.
barely had did the song. Like
And it was
when
over.
it
Do
came
they
to
have
the
a time
DMX,
limit on the TV part? Like,
they
They
have a
do on the
time.
IG because
A
if you
small
pay
one, yeah.
attention, they got a
They
time
they
limit to the
have a time
celebrities for
limit
what?
on
I don't know.
IG, but they had an exception. They had an
But I've
exception
seen him
because
run
theirs
over.
didn't stop. Theirs
okay,
didn't stop. Theirs was 2 hours with no break in the middle. Like they didn't stop.
So
Exactly.
So
it
they
was
had
that's
an
what I'm
2 hours.
saying.
So
exception.
So
damn,
Like
what
maybe
the
Alicia
hell?
that's
Keys,
what I'm saying.
Alicia
Maybe it
Keys and
just
John
it just
Legend, they wouldn't shut
maybe
up.
they didn't cut it off. Maybe Instagram like cut it
So
off,
I
like, but
caught
not
the
on
middle and
purpose.
the
You know what
end.
I'm
No,
saying?
Instagram
No,
didn't cut it off. They cut it
Instagram did.
off.
Oh,
Because
you
Because
think
Snoop,
Instagram,
Instagram?
Snoop and DMX did a whole freestyle off the top of the
Yeah, that's
dome
what I'm. See,
when they were
that's
supposed
another
to
thing
be
that I was
done.
thinking about too. Because if y'all paid attention, they didn't even get to have a half a song even either one
Exactly.
of them. Because when I watched Alicia Keys and John Legend too, I had caught
They
that
sang
after
it.
the fact, and I missed that.
Mhm.
She did a half of every song, and so did he, and they was vibing together. Like if you paid attention, her husband even came out a couple times. They had to calm her down a little. If you even paid, go back and watch that. Go back and watch the verses between Alicia and I guess he was trying to keep her calm and lady like. But all her songs is about girl power. But he came out a couple times, like when she every time she get hyped, he came out and then she like calm down
yeah,
or
so
See, that's
the
what I
previous
wanted,
girl.
that hype thing.
all right, so
To sing
hold on.
some songs live.
The
Right.
previous verses, each person had a 1 hour cap. So if I go on Instagram live right now, I can go live for only a total of an hour. After an
Mhm.
hour, they cut you off. And that's what was happening with all the other verses. And they would like cut off and then they would have to come back and then they would have to restart and do it again. This verses did not have the hour mark cut off. So they worked out a deal with Instagram so that they can be able to stream live continuance without a cutoff. All the other verses, they had a cutoff in between where they had to stop and then start over. But this verses, they did not. So at the end of the verses, I was disappointed that they just abruptly cut off and they were like, cut, like right in the middle. The previous
And
verses, yes.
didn't do it
This verses
Yeah,
live.
a
went,
nigga was mad. I was mad about the ending,
Yeah, I was
yo.
mad about that.
I
Do
was
Do
it
y'all
pissed
think
live.
off
Brandy was
about the
being
end, yo. Like they
long-winded? Do
wasn't
y'all
supposed to
think they
rock
cut
out
it off
like
on
that.
purpose or it was an accident?
No, that was on purpose. If
I
you
think it was
just
on
heard
purpose.
her say the Instagram didn't cut it. Whoever was running the verses, they cut it off. And whatever song, like I heard Brandy and them talking in between, like because the mics were really, really low, mind you. I'm playing this on my phone as I'm cooking. So I had to keep like my phone, I was letting it finish charging and I had to keep bending down and to listen to what they were saying. And even now I kept turning my phone. I'm like, wait a minute, it's all low. Like what's going on? But when they started singing, I was cool and I was singing with them. But just like I just think that I just think they over it for real. Brandy still make music, Monica still make music. Everybody of course put them in the verses, which was actually a damn good one. But I do believe that Brandy is over it, and so is Monica. Even when they was talking about Monica was like sing Moesha, which I used to love when that came on. She was like no because of the she don't have the rights to sing
Copyright.
it, but like you was the star of the show or whatever, so she could have sung a little bit of it. Like everybody remember their show and know like I really do think they over it. I think they just because before it even started, somebody said that that's how they was gonna carry it. Like
I
this
mean, no,
battle
if
was
she
to
didn't
show
own
that
the
that was the
show,
end of their beef.
if she didn't own the show, I
No,
can
she doesn't.
understand why she didn't sing it. The Moesha theme song did play a little bit, but they cut it off instantly. I can understand why that probably would be contractually not her song to sing because it belongs to a TV show. I can understand why she can't sing that song.
Yeah, because they might be
Why do
Patty.
you
You
think
sing
they
that song, they take that whole live down. Ain't nobody
right?
see it. Like you be salty, all because y'all wanted to hear Moesha.
Why
Cause
do you
y'all know
think
that
they
thing
didn't
Yes,
get
do
me
because who
straight
anything
don't know
live?
started.
that song? Come on now. I know all the girls that's on here have seen it one time or another. Who don't remember Moesha? Mo
Yeah,
Sutter,
but
E
it's about who
Sutter,
owns it.
Mo
We know
Sutter,
it, but
Yeah.
E
who owns
Sutter.
it? All right, wait a minute, guys. Let's introduce Nunu Sky. What do you think?
Hey, babe.
Oh, she left.
Wow.
All right, Relo Crawford.
Hey, what's going on, Nick?
Hey, Relo, what's up? What's up?
Hey,
What's up,
Nick.
Marcelo? You know
What's going
this my Barb subscriber. You know what I'm saying?
on?
Hey.
Yeah, what's going
He
on
always
with
on
you?
her shows.
You feel me? But no, Nick. So I just want to say I'm going for Brandy this go around though.
Me too. Her voice is just it won.
Yeah,
All
did
right,
you
give me
did
your
you?
thoughts on the battle.
Well, I thought Monica was being a hater the whole fucking time. I mean, excuse my language. I thought Monica was being a hater. The whole time, like every time, Brandy basically was singing live, she would, tell Monica, "Hey, you want to catch this note?" And Monica be like, "No, you know."
How,
She would
did
ask,
y'all see how much Brandy was complimenting her too, and Monica was
Yeah.
just paying her dust? Like it was just
She
like
throwing out
Monica
the
Brandy.
hands. She's trying to hold
Yeah,
her hand. Like,
But
right.
was
"That's
she tired though? Because
everything."
she looked like she was tired. Like she could have
tired.
very well
Listen,
been.
That's for what?
she
Sitting on the
She
signed
looked like
on
she
for
was
that.
tired because she could have been. You don't know what she could have. Listen, when it comes to ladies
Honestly,
being on
us
screen,
females, I mean, we have our periods too. We don't know if it was her period too. It
ew.
just,
Well,
I just
Nah,
forget the
feel
she a
weird.
period, but I'm
performer.
thinking
You
about.
supposed to
Think about the
sing. That don't
preparation, Neek.
matter.
So before you come on camera, Neek, I know you take hella time. Hell, I'm not even famous, but I tell you what, when I'm really going out, listen, between me, bathing and lotioning and just the little
People
team, it
making
takes a
excuses for
long
Monica. I'm
time.
over it.
And Monica came real cute as
Right.
she do. She's always classy. So was Brandy for real, but Brandy more like a she like a dress up and a dress down. Monica always dressy. So she probably took a long time. She probably was tired. Then they started at 8 o'clock.
But she signed
So
on for that. Who
you know what I'm
she
saying?
signed
Maybe it
on
was just
for
a
it.
And
She
rock.
she's
didn't
a
have to do
performer.
Maybe it
anything.
was
So,
just a rock.
yeah,
Maybe
she's
it
a
was just a
performer.
rock.
Right. She signed on for that. She can be tired all she want to, but it's she signed on for this weeks or months ago or whenever they planned it. So
Exactly.
Right. And she's a performer, so she should know how to do
All
that.
right, Rella, what is your whole thought, start to finish, of the battle, energy, everything? Elaborate, go.
Well, I mean, all honesty, I feel like Brandy most definitely had a lot of energy. She was humble as always for the most part.
I agree. Hmm.
Monica was just giving me arrogance, and it wasn't okay. Like, it wasn't okay for me. I don't know about everybody else, but Monica by default really lost because I mean, what music did she really own rights to? So I
And
mean,
why do they keep saying she won because of the outfit? Like,
the
Exactly.
outfit,
Yeah.
the outfit
That's
really.
tough.
Brandy was comfortable. That's a real singer. When
Right.
you can sing in
right.
anything.
Brandy's voice is butter. Like it's butter. That girl can do stuff with her voice. Her range is just like crazy
Yeah, it's a
and
voice of an
control.
angel. Read the book of Bible. Yeah, voice of an angel. To
And I
be
think
honest,
that's why Monica was uncomfortable
Agreed.
because
Yeah.
Brandy is Brandy. Like, bruh, like she like her version of Whitney Houston for our era to a certain extent, and then it's Beyonce. Like, no cap, but like them singing vocally, like those are like three of the top ranges. Like, they all different lanes, but they dominant in they lanes. Like, and they
Hmm.
got range. So it's like that's why I tell Monica. Don't get me wrong. When she got older and her voice matured, like the songs was better, but still in comparison, it's like Brandy's voice is matured now too. So I think she just had to keep it cute and not like look like she was salty. Cause bruh,
I don't
like
The
know,
40-year-old,
Monica.
musically,
40-year-old
musically,
Some
Monica
of
is
that they
horrible.
wasn't even singing though. If y'all paid attention,
Right.
it was a couple songs. I was like, wait a minute, they not even singing. Like you could see them mumbling. I was
Exactly.
like, yo, stop
No,
playing.
Brandy.
Like
And that's the
Brandy was
main
singing.
problem.
Monica wasn't singing.
Monica wasn't
At
singing.
all.
Yeah,
At
no,
all.
she was
Brandy was though. They were
I don't
cussing
she
know
and
if
was
everything.
she
not
Brandy was
singing.
scared.
Monica was just like a push,
man.
like she was at a party. She was just chilling.
but
It was
that's
that
the
it was that
thing though.
arrogance. She really
Brandy
felt
went about
she
to
was
stunt if
uncomfortable.
Monica was and she was trying to keep it cute. Y'all know Brandy wanted to do some runs. Y'all
Man,
know she
what?
wanted to. But
But that's why
Hey, and
we
then
need
it
a
was
better
one point
singer.
where Brandy tried to twerk a little bit, but she was like, "Yeah, I don't have rhythm. Let me sit my
Yeah, don't
ass
do that.
down."
Ah,
Don't do that.
that's when she realized she was a white girl. She got white in
Right. So,
her.
She tried to stand up and twerk a little bit. She was like, "Yeah, this ain't for me. Let me sit my ass
It
down."
was the Ciroc. Brandy really started feeling that Ciroc. I will say.
I
yeah,
Yeah.
they
never
must
seen
have been
him.
the
I
only
never
two that
seen him
weren't drinking
drinking. I
Really?
never seen him drinking. So how is she feeling the Ciroc? I never seen him drinking.
Well, let's say
during them
allegedly she was
intermissions.
on the
feeling the
side.
Ciroc. Let's
No,
say
they wasn't,
allegedly.
because that's just like when they try to say for the DMX and the Snoop Dogg versus
Yeah,
that.
it's a sponsor.
They swore DMX was drinking. He was like, "No, this juice," and he had a now later in his pocket. Because if you remember, he handed Snoop Dogg a now later. He was like, "You want one?" Snoop was like, "Hell yeah!" Now, if you look at DMX and Snoop, Snoop is cool when he had his music. But you know what I'm saying, I like Snoop cool or whatever. But I'm a DMX fan. I'm a Snoop fan too, with some of his music as a woman. But
But see, that's the
listen,
difference. Snoop was
DMX
really
to me, because
encouraging
I'm
DMX to
naturally
get in.
hyper. He has
Mm-hmm.
every song that I like because he's hyper and he rapped every song. He stood up and rapped. They was going and even Snoop had to like you could see Snoop start dancing like yeah. He gave so much energy and gave so much life. That versus was a really good one. And
I think that's the best
so
one.
let me
Well,
ask y'all these
let
two
me
questions.
All
apologize.
right,
They
wait.
will be
Let's
drinking
add Barry White.
alcohol.
Barry White, what do you think?
I got two questions.
All right, Barry White. Barry White, hello?
Hello?
Go ahead.
About the whole thing tonight? Or are we going to
Go
talk about the
ahead.
DMX
What the
and Snoop
hell?
Dogg?
Girl, you chiming in to tell us what you think. Go ahead. You got the
Okay,
floor.
Man.
okay. Well, no, 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 because I was just listening. I didn't even know when you were going to bring me in. But yeah, I agree. Like that whole DMX thing, I love DMX. Anyway, back to tonight. I know there are a lot of people out there that probably didn't even watch it. They're just on here because you're live at this time. And I think they need to go back and review it because at the end of the day, Brandy was like just giving it. If she never gave it before, she was giving it tonight. Whether you like her, you don't, you didn't like her in the past. I'm sorry, she won hands down. I mean, there is no
Wait,
comparing
we didn't
anything.
dispute that. What is she talking about?
Oh,
All
I'm
right,
okay.
that girl
saying,
go.
am I still here?
Yeah, you're here. That girl
Oh,
was
okay,
gonna
okay, okay,
chime in
okay. No, no,
too.
I just want to say that no, because there's a lot of people that are saying as if like, okay, well, they were singing. They weren't even singing for the most part. I mean, don't get me wrong, Brandy did sing, but Monica was not singing. They weren't even standing up. There was no performance, so it was lackluster for me.
Oh yeah,
It
I
was
agree.
very lackluster. At the end of the day, though, if nothing else, Brandy gets the win just because she did actually sing.
Yeah.
She did. But for
Monica
the most
deserves
part, it
to
was
be
almost like,
elevated.
I mean, Tyler Perry should have just been in the middle of them talking because at the end of the day, like, all they did was
Not
kiki, haha, lip sync the whole time.
Mr. Tyler Perry
All
for
right,
me.
that girl, what was it that you want to add? Go ahead.
Okay, y'all. So this is the question out of all six of y'all, right? So let me tell you, I ain't even gonna lie. If you ask me the question, who do I think won? I can't give you an answer because I like both of them, honestly, hands down, equally. Even with their music, like if I was to hear their records now, I would just go off. So that's a tough one. Period. That was a tough one for me before I even heard it. Like yo, they both my girls. But let me tell y'all. So I thought of a couple of verses, right? Now, I don't even know if they had it. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong or not, because I told y'all I'm just learning about the page verses. Because I be looking, I just go on the celebrities pages and see if they pop up. Okay. So I was thinking about Chris Brown, Chris Breezy, and Mario, or even Mario and Trey
No,
Songz.
no, 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 no.
Yes, listen. 112 and Drew Hill. That'll be a
One
good one.
112 already did a versus battle.
Yeah,
Who they do a
Thank
maybe
you.
versus
Jagged
battle with?
Edge.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
112 did a versus battle against Jagged Edge.
yeah.
Why they put him with Jagged Edge for real?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay,
what?
girl, you
okay.
Are
late.
you crazy?
Yes.
Oh, I
Okay,
have to
so
see
what
that. Is that
about
on
what about
YouTube?
what
I missed
about what
that.
about so y'all forgot about Rough Ends. Rough Ends
We
and
didn't
who Drew
forget
Hill can
about
go against her.
nobody.
I
It's just
love
that
Rough
they
Man.
haven't done it yet. But
Word.
112 definitely did a versus battle against Jagged Edge.
Nick, where is that?
Um
I need to see that. Is that on YouTube?
We ain't getting
yeah, they
paid
did
for
this
this
Probably.
battle
thing.
about
Yes,
2 months
yes.
ago.
See, I didn't see that. That's why I said it.
What do y'all
112
think about a
versus Jagged
versus?
Edge was like very in the very beginning. Yeah, they very much did it. It's like a month or two ago.
I have to see that.
What about
What do y'all
Escape
think about?
versus SWV?
That would
That
be
would
good.
be good.
That'd be
What
dope.
What
Erica
about
Badu versus Lauren Hill.
No, you
how about
didn't.
Usher versus
Wait a
Nia?
Erica
second.
Badu versus
Erica
Lauren Hill.
already Erica already
No
did one.
comment.
We can't mention Chris Brown because Chris Brown said he's not doing a versus, so we can't mention him.
Okay,
Who
Um,
do I
but
think
he
he would do
shouldn't
good
be
against
Usher and
mentioned
though?
Nia
because
would
you
be
know
good.
what? He would probably beat everyone.
And he used auto tune, so he don't count.
I would say so the only person when
Auto
I
tune
first think
or
about it,
not, I mean, he's great.
Right,
He
he
really
is. The
is.
only person
You
I
do
could
the
think of
I
to
February.
mean, I
crown
feel
that
like
Next
could go
I
question,
feel
against
like
him
please.
would be Justin
Drake
That man
Timberlake.
has it all. I'm sorry, but
What
hands
about
down.
Nicki versus Lil Kim?
I
Never
think
gonna
that would
happen.
be an
What?
epic
I
battle.
know,
I think
right?
that would be
You
an
said
epic
You
battle
believe in
that I
that?
You
think
mean
will never
Foxy
happen.
Brown
oh
versus
my
Lil Kim?
gosh.
What?
Okay.
Foxy Brown versus Lil Kim?
Oh
It's Foxy
wow.
automatically.
That
I
It's
I
think
Foxy
mean,
hands down.
Let me
at
I
the
ask
end of
think
the
you a
day,
favor.
I don't think
oh my
they're
god.
gonna do that though. As much as Monica and Brandy
They're not gonna
said
do
that
it.
they weren't gonna do
But
it and they
What
didn't,
that
about
would
Neat
be
versus
I
at
don't
night?
think they
He was
at
also
night.
trying to be
Okay,
Mr.
so
So
I'm
no
gonna
listen,
go
Trey
for Neat.
Songz
You
fans,
feel
y'all.
me?
No Trey Songz and Mario. Y'all
listen,
don't see
listen,
that?
oh,
listen,
now you wanna put
listen,
Mario against Trey Songz.
listen,
First it
listen,
was
Trey
Chris
Songz,
Brown.
Nia.
Y'all
Let
Neat trying to
Nick
talk. We
speak.
Oh
can't
Let
hear
my
her
her.
go.
god, shut up!
Don't do that. Only because Mario doesn't have that many fans. Don't do him like that. I'm
Shut
Yes,
sorry.
up!
he did. Mario got a hell of fans.
No,
Oh
he
my
All his
God,
doesn't.
it's
Trey
songs
too
is
Songz has
much.
way
Hey
more
love
Neat, you
fans
might
songs.
not
around the
be here
world
that
than
much.
Mario. So don't
Listen,
do that to
ladies,
him.
listen,
Those people
listen.
were never
All
invested in
Oh
his,
him
my
back
all
in the
his
God.
day.
songs,
That's messed
all of
up.
Mario's songs are
Nick,
love
Don't do
truth
songs.
be
Mario like
told,
That's
that.
he
Come on
like
now.
Trey
Hey,
Songz
excuse me,
songs,
y'all.
and he got a
Hey,
lot of music,
hey,
but
Look,
people
that's
sleep
still
on
bad
him.
from back in the
we
day.
got Neat trying to talk, y'all. Be quiet, please.
yeah, she gonna mute y'all.
Go
I
ahead,
didn't
Neat.
feel like going one by one and muting people. Okay, so listen. So what I was saying was, I feel like Little Kim versus Nicki Minaj would be an ultimate epic battle. I think that would be ultimate, but it's
What?
not gonna
It's
happen. I
never
also
gonna happen.
It's never gonna happen. However, I think also equally, I think that Keisha Cole versus K Michelle would also be another epic battle that's not gonna happen.
A good
I agree
one.
with that.
I
I
think that
agree.
those just match up. Now, Ashanti, I think Keisha Cole had called out Ashanti, but musically, I don't think that they really match up. And
They
I
Mm-mm.
think that it's kind of like it would kind of like be like, girl, like these songs don't really match up. Like, you know, Ashanti has breakup songs, Keisha Cole has breakup songs, but I don't think that they match up equally. I think that Little Kim versus Nicki Minaj would be an epic, like we've seen one point
Showdown.
we've seen 1.2 million with Brandy versus Monica. I think that with Little Kim versus Nicki Minaj, I think that that would be an easy clear of like 3 million
Man, I'm
people
trying to tell you, them
They
numbers
need
at
to
just
all
drop
right.
that
one
Never
at
happened.
time.
Christmas, New
Okay, y'all,
Year's.
I got one more.
Never
Y'all know who else
Like
would be
the
good, but she
numbers,
not here though. Listen, it'd be one more.
the
You know who else
numbers.
would be so good, but she's not. We missing one person. Sierra and Aaliyah would be a very
Ooh,
good match,
yes.
and
Yes,
they
the
both
Oh,
Leo
wait
sing
a
woman
and
line.
they
second.
both
Oh, wait a
sing.
second. Leave my baby out of this. My baby gone. May she rest in peace.
That's
Leave my
my
baby out of
baby
this.
too, though. That's
Leave
my
my
Well,
baby
baby
we
out
too.
of
speaking
But what
this.
I'm
hypothetically.
saying
Thank
is
you.
this:
No,
first
no,
of all,
no.
if
May she
Aaliyah
rest in
was
peace. Leave my
out,
baby out of this.
Okay, look,
if
I got one,
Aaliyah
y'all.
was alive, there
I
would
think
be
I
no
got one.
Beyonce. Sierra and Aaliyah would make a
Like I
very
said, leave my
beautiful
baby
couple.
out of this. May she rest
I
in
think
peace.
Did
I
you
Come
hear
on
what
okay,
now.
I
Nick.
said?
Barry White, I think you need to calm down. It's not that deep.
Right.
I
I
know
think I
what
got
it
one,
is to
y'all.
me. No, you
I
can't
know.
tell me that.
Listen,
That's
we're not
wrong.
taking your emotional things out of it. We're just
How is that
hypothetically
wrong?
speaking.
Like you
We
are being
know that
Because
emotional.
Aaliyah
We
is
you
talking
no
about
longer with
verses.
us.
It
overpowering the
is what it is.
conversation.
Aaliyah
Like,
would
come
deserve
on,
to
come on.
be in the verses
No,
because she
no.
is
Well, I thought we
perfect.
were talking about now, present tense, but she's gone.
Oh
Right,
no,
but at the
we're not
same
talking
time,
about
what
the
I'm
present
telling
tense.
you is what I thought about with the verses. You coming off with all these extra emotions,
Oh,
like it ain't that serious.
Oh
Go
my
ahead, y'all.
God, Nick.
Hey y'all, we're
Maybe
not
not to
gonna
you,
argue.
but
We're just
I
gonna
love
two
Sierra
beautiful
and I love
All
queens.
right,
Aaliyah. And at the end of the day,
one at
Aaliyah's
a
not
time,
here.
one at a time, one at a time, one at a
That's
time.
the only thing I'm saying. That's all.
One at a time. Anybody else who wants to chime in on this conversation, I just dropped the link in the chat. I just dropped the StreamYard link in the chat. You can click on the link. You don't have to show your face. I know it's late at night. You probably got your bonnet on. You don't got your wig, your makeup popping. I understand because I ain't got my makeup popping, but my wig is on point.
Bet
My
that wig
makeup
lady.
Hey.
my makeup is not on point. So I understand that, you know what I'm
That
saying?
makeup.
You can click the link and you can join the conversation without showing your face. Just turn off your camera and join in. But
Look
going
at
forward,
Shanti.
the people who are on Perry, That Girl, Rello, 93, Miss T, Barry White, let's talk one at a time. One at a
Okay, can I
time. Let's
can I
not talk
suggest
over
the
each other.
verses?
Let's yeah, go ahead, but just let's not talk one over the other. Go ahead though.
This okay, I just got one more. So I think that maybe Joe and Mario will be a good one.
Joe and Silk or I feel
Ew,
like
no Joe
Joe,
and
Joe,
Mario.
Joe and
Ew,
Joe
ew,
and Joe and D'Angelo. I feel like Joe and
I
Yes.
don't know.
D'Angelo or
I'd say
something
like
like
Joe
that.
and Raheem, maybe.
oh, okay, oh, Raheem,
Oh,
Yeah,
I
okay,
agree
okay.
with you.
that's
I agree
good.
with you.
Joe and
Hmm.
Raheem is good. That's
Because I
No,
good.
they
mean,
probably would
when
have
it
to
comes
do a
to
Tank
Mario,
and
we can't
Joe.
really
Tank
put him
and
in that
Joe would be
caliber.
good.
To be honest,
All right, we got a new person on the stream. Liz, hello. What's happening?
Liz.
Hi, I'm sorry. I was watching the stream earlier and then I clicked off and then I got back on and you were saying to click on the link. So
Go
that's what I
ahead. You
did.
on the link? Let's talk about it.
I'm so sorry. What are we talking about? I missed like a whole
The
30
versus
minutes.
battle. What do you mean? The versus battle between Monica
Oh, okay. We're
and
still on the
Brandy.
versus battle. Yes,
Yeah.
that was before.
Oh man, she's smart.
Real,
Or
not
drink.
tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all heard that.
Yeah.
Liz, how you clicking on and you don't know what's going on? Okay, she clicked off. She
I'm
too much
sorry, Liz.
She was like too much pressure.
She was
Her
clicked off.
anxiety was on 1,000.
Too much
Who does that?
She
pressure.
was like, "Oh, so we're still
Said,
talking about that."
said, fuck
That's the
y'all.
topic.
Fuck yeah. Fuck y'all.
She wasn't having it.
What,
Liz said, you know
what do
what?
y'all?
God.
Why you do that,
See,
baby,
Nick,
like
you
that?
see what you get me into, Nick, every time.
Rello. Hey, boo, hey, boo, hey, boo, hey, boo. All right.
Hey,
Okay, so we need one more person to join in on the conversation and give your thoughts on this battle. Let me know
Let
what
me
you
get my
think.
thoughts.
Go ahead.
So I just got to say, well, y'all, I'm Rello husband, but
You
I
wait,
just
wait,
feel
wait. Say
like
what?
that
Wait, what was that?
I did.
He said he's Rello's husband. How you doing?
How you doing?
Oh,
Uh,
okay, go ahead.
Okay.
there's
Hey.
the other real. My name real
I
too,
was gonna
but
say the catch is his name real too.
right.
Yeah,
But
go
I
ahead.
just got to say that the winner of the battle really is Brandy because Brandy is literally the some more solidified artist because she got. I mean, when I was younger, my sister had Barbie dolls of hers. You know what I'm saying? We had. I listened to her on the radio, then went home and watched it on Moesha. Monica was trying to keep up with what Brandy was doing the whole 90s. And I feel like that's what she was doing this whole battle. Like Brandy was dropping songs that was actually on the Billboard charts that actually really made noise. Monica was dropping songs that people just played. You know what I'm saying? So
Ooh,
in my opinion, they didn't do it hit for hit. They just did, the songs that they like.
Y'all, I think like with their
I feel
success,
you on that.
I think with
I,
Yeah.
their success, like I think Monica got further off people genuinely liking her versus Brandy. Like you said, like the quality of the music just went further just because it hit more people. You get what I'm saying? Like Monica kind
I
of was
think that
But
early.
more
did it
people
really
can
though?
relate. No. See, so this is what I think. I think that Brandy had more of a celebrity as far as like she's in TV shows. She had more of a celebrity than Monica. But I think that Monica had more of the relatable songs. Like Monica is more of the like, everyday, like I can relate to
Right. She
like
was
the
more
issues that
personable.
she has.
Yeah.
I can relate to the boy issue she had. I can relate to like, she had the more
Mm-hmm.
relatable songs.
Nick, you
But we
can't
have
relate to that. You was not a sideline hoe. You
Okay.
can't relate
no,
to that.
Okay,
no,
that
say
man
that.
never leave me.
Oh
no.
my!
Okay.
Don't
Monica's
say
a
that.
sideline
Hey.
Yo,
hoe.
she
Don't
Wait,
did
wait,
say
wait,
say
wait,
that.
that.
Hold
wait,
on,
wait,
Don't
yo.
wait,
don't
wait,
don't.
wait.
Oh my
Come
First of
on,
goodness!
all,
bro. Don't
whoa,
kill
whoa,
me.
whoa.
Don't kill me. Don't do
Hey,
Hey,
that.
no,
my
no,
daughter
Brandy
used
said
to
it
say,
was
yo,
a
I
my
have
daughter's
never
watching.
ever
My
been
daughter's
a
watching.
sideline hoe.
hold
I
up.
have,
Wait.
listen,
First of all, comprehension is fundamental. First of all,
Uh-uh.
everybody ain't got comprehension. The song Sideline Hoe was not about Monica being a sideline hoe. The song Sideline Hoe was about Monica saying, "This is my man," and you're trying to act
you're the
like
side hoe.
you
Yeah.
are the
Right.
guy, that you are the sideline hoe. Monica
That's
But she
was
what.
didn't write it.
about her. Okay, she didn't write it. Tank wrote it. Yes, we heard the story time.
Oh, she did. Oh, I
But
didn't know
Tank wrote it, but she wasn't
Oh,
speaking
thank a
on her
sideline
being.
hoe.
No, she wasn't speaking on her being a sideline host. She was singing from the
She was the
point
main chick.
of I'm the main chick, and bitch, you get the short end of a stick when I'm not fucking with him. Like
Uh-huh.
you
Yes,
get that when
amen.
I'm mad at
Exactly.
Because
him.
I ain't gonna
I'm
lie,
not
I have
fucking with
never
him.
ever on my mama been a sideline hoe. You hear me?
I was just about to
Period.
ask y'all that question.
Period.
I was just about
Oh
to
Period.
ask y'all
wow.
that
And
question.
Who said
no,
that? Who
That's
just said
what
that?
Monica was
real
giving.
What?
tea.
Relo,
Monica
Relo
was
said
like
it. It's
literally
an
in her
honest
bag
question though.
because she was talking
Who
about
just said they would
Shannon.
never the
She
sideline
was
hoe?
in Shannon's the
Yeah,
the
you know they
girl that
lied, but
got
we
the
gonna keep
baby
it moving.
that got the baby with him. That's why she hopped up out that chair and she was really in her bag. She was like, "Bitch, he just a sideline. He's still married to me. We in the house together. You got a baby by him, but he finna claim that little baby in front of us." Like,
Yeah,
yes, that's why she was in her
Monica was
bag.
speaking of the bitch. I get the
Monica was the
money, I get the
sideline hoe
bag,
because
I
she
get
was
the
down
man,
for C
I
murder
get
at the age of
Right.
Monica
16.
is
I'm
down
gonna
for
She
say,
was
Shannon.
the
hold
Monica
sideline
on.
is
hoe,
down for Shannon right now.
sideline
Who got
hoe,
a
She's
baby by her
supposedly
and
a
side.
heel,
that's
and
all
she
it
on the
is.
Really
side
Say
hopping out
it
that
supporting
chair.
again
Brandy.
for the people in the
Yes.
back,
For
baby.
the people in the back, for the people in the back, I'm gonna tell y'all, Monica was a
Period.
sideline
sideline hoe
Rock
because
though.
at the age of
That's
Period.
why she
She was
16, she
popping
was
she's
mad
down
down
for
for
her
shit
doing
in
the
her
native,
girl.
second
which
chick.
was C murder. Period.
All right,
For
At
Winnie
the end of the
7
added.
day,
years, and then you got a
Okay,
right.
let's
woman that
hear
got a
from.
baby
Wait,
on her
wait, wait,
body
wait,
that
wait.
you've been
Everybody,
married
pause,
to.
pause,
Like,
pause, pause, pause. All right, Winnie had just added, entered into the chat. Winnie, you're new to the chat, I think. What are your thoughts? Hey.
oh, what are we talking about? Are we still
Hey.
talking
Oh,
about like
oh,
the
oh,
sideline?
oh
Yo, and one more
no.
person get on here and say, what are
Oh
we talking
We
about?
want
no.
to.
No, I was just
Winnie,
talking about
we
like
are
talking
not
about the
doing
sideline hoes
that.
though. Like, is that what we're
We
talking
have been
about?
on for an hour and 20
And
minutes.
yo,
We are
that's
A
the fourth
whole hour and
person.
3 minutes and
That's so
nobody know
crazy.
what we're talking about.
How are you in her life
I know
and
the
then you
general
get
conversation
behind
that
back
Brandy
in the
Like
had.
that.
backstage and you don't know
I
what we
was
talking
just
about?
saying
She
that
must
That's
be
we
so
were
almost.
talking about
crazy.
Monica when she got on and she was talking about
oh my
lying
God. We are
song.
not
So are
doing
we
that,
still talking about
Winnie.
that song, or are we just
Winnie,
talking in
we are
This
not
general?
doing that.
feels like the Real Housewives reunion, the virtual where
I'm muting
Brandy
you
was
listening for my
sassy, but
computer closed.
Oh
right,
hell no. No, she didn't
they
say
going
what we
back.
talking about. The fuck? The
Winnie.
conversation that's been going on for an hour. What you
A
mean?
whole
No, no, no,
The
no.
hour.
I
title
don't
of
know if
the
it's a lag.
video.
I don't
No.
know if it's a lag.
The
I know
title of
we're
the
talking in
video.
general about
I
Monica
was
and
gonna say
Brandy.
she ain't see the title because that's what made me want to come backstage. Like, where's y'all at? Like, girl, get that penis off your brain. It's not that
Oh,
serious. Please.
You the
Oh, the night owls is
sideline
tweaking
hoe,
tonight.
Oh my
Can y'all hear
God.
me?
sideline
Like,
hoe.
can y'all hear me
Oh,
at
leave
all,
that
or
baby
what?
alone.
Singing.
You
that better be Winnie the Pooh alone now.
sideline hoe.
All right, so we have Dominique that's added to the chat. Hello, Dominique. Welcome. Hey.
Dominique, what we talking about?
Hey y'all, what we
What is
talking
the
about
topic?
is let's be for real. Let's be for real. Brandy still has some songs in the book.
Period. Come through,
Yay,
Dominique.
she knows. Okay.
Brandy still had what? Say it again. What you say?
Brandy still had some songs in that little Moesha journal. Let's be for
Yes,
real.
she
She been
did.
Yes,
slipping
yes.
back, slipping. Come
Did
on.
she say Moesha Journal? I'm done with her.
Period.
I mean, let's be
Leave
honest.
her alone.
The
Leave her alone.
poem,
Come
the
on
Let
now,
her
poem,
who
be
just said
great.
that?
Let her be great. We
That
gonna run
girl
it up to
still
the
has
Brandy.
songs for
We gonna run it up to
Brandy.
Brandy.
the poems did come from the Moesha journal. Let's be honest. But go ahead,
Come
Dominique.
on. Exactly.
Let's hear Dominique's full breakdown of the battle. We're not going to interrupt you, Dominique. You have the floor. What is your full breakdown of the battle? What did you think about it? What did you feel about certain moments? Let's go, Dominique. You have the floor.
I just felt like both of them should have sung. Should have just, sung their songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? We came there to hear their voices, how it aged, and, you know, why are y'all playing hit for hit on a fuck, I'm sorry, on
Karaoke. You feel like it was
yeah,
karaoke esque?
yes, yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like Brandy wanted to break out and feel and sing. Like, come on, girl, let's do this. But Monica was still sitting in her chair with her little Fendi. No shade.
I know you see her with them
All
pants
right.
on.
She
Better
was
work
she
them
Her
was
leather
pants.
pants.
cute,
By the
Better
end of
work
the
them leather
night,
pants in the
if you
Brandy.
summer.
look at the photos, Monica's
Brandy was
pants
there
kind
for
of
her
busted.
craft. She wasn't there for
Oh
looks,
my.
baby.
You better work that in the hot ass summertime.
I'm just
Dang.
saying,
Come
Brandy
on,
was
Leather
there for
Cindy.
her
wearing in the
craft.
summertime.
Come on,
Brandy was there
Cindy.
for her craft. And I feel like she was complimenting Monica, and Monica at one point was just throwing shade. It was like, girl, get over it. I love you. Let's move
Okay,
on. Let's make
Monica
money
is.
together.
Can I talk?
I'm talking.
Go
Rello,
ahead.
go ahead.
Okay. May I just say this, and please, y'all, don't jump on me, okay?
Okay.
Monica is almost 50 years old, and
Oh.
she's
40.
still
You not
she's still trying to be
40.
hood. Okay, at least Brandy has some class and sophistication. That's why the two didn't match well on camera at the end of the day.
well.
I
If
don't think
Monica almost 50, so is
I have
Beyonce
something to say,
because
please.
Monica
niggas,
said she was
because
40, y'all.
Beyonce lied about her age, because it ain't no goddamn way her age
Okay,
was
it
Can
was
I
a
say
50
joke.
years.
something,
It's a
please?
joke. I'm sorry. I
Go ahead.
apologize. Let
Oh
me stop.
my
I just
god.
don't like
Can I
Monica
say
because
something?
how
Can I
she
say
tried to
something,
do
please?
Brandy.
I
Yes.
love both of
Can I
them.
say something, please?
Real
Can
House
Barry say something, please?
reunion.
Oh my
Period.
god.
Oh
Please?
my
No,
god.
no. Everybody
Nick,
else
you
started jumping
did
in,
this
but no,
shit.
he's right. At the end of the day, he's right. But that's not what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say was like, people just need to accept the fact that it doesn't matter how old they are. No offense to you, Rello. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, Brandy did her shit. Like at the end of the day, at least she's saying Monica was not there for it. Like, I mean, she was there
Monica got
Oh
to
for a
my
play
check,
her
god.
new
and that's
song
Okay,
all it
I
was.
have to
She
before.
was
say
just
something.
only there for the check. If you
I
don't
have to
agree with
say
me, it doesn't
something.
matter. Even Brandy
Right.
mentioned it
It
during
was that.
watching the battle. Like, I mean, if you guys didn't actually watch the battle, for the people listening out there, I mean, that's different. But look, she was only there for the check. At least Brandy made that shit whatever the fuck it was. I'm just saying. Because
That's
me
because
going in, I'm
Brandy
not
let her
gonna
speak.
lie. I honestly was rooting for Monica.
All
But
right.
However, it wasn't in that baby favor. That's all I
All
gotta say.
right,
Okay.
very pause.
Thank
All right, so
you.
Okay.
we have Tyson, we have Nico, and we have Lean. I'm gonna hear from Tyson about what Tyson feels. Then I'm gonna go to Nico, and then I'm gonna go to Lean. Hear what they feel because they're new to the chat. Tyson, what do you feel about the battle?
Yes.
And then after that, once you're done, say okay. I'm gonna pass it to Nico. Nico, once you're
Yes.
done, say okay. I'm gonna pass it to Neem. Go ahead, Tyson.
Yeah, I had my hand raised. Yeah. So
It's the hand raise for me.
I just want to say, I don't care what none of y'all talking about. Monica got straight bars.
Thank
She
you.
got bars. It
Oh,
doesn't
Hey,
even
shut up.
matter.
Are
And
we
then people
rapping or
keep making
singing?
comments about why didn't they
Right.
sing?
That's why I
Hello,
said she
versus
was trying
it's
to be
not a
a rapper
concert.
standing up.
I had
Girl,
my hand
sing your
raised.
song.
I had my hand raised.
She has C
Um,
murdered on
I had a commentary.
I had my
I
All
hand
had
right,
a
raised.
let
comment.
But
Tyson talk. Let Tyson talk. Let Tyson talk.
what I'm saying is everybody
Let's
keeps
keep it
saying why didn't
cute.
they sing? It
Mike
wasn't a
Tyson did.
concert. It's verses. Like they
that's what I
supposed
was
to go
gonna say
song
too.
for song. Song to song. That's what it is. Why we gonna switch it up in the middle of the game? It wasn't no
Right.
concert. Enjoy what it was. Brandy was singing cool. She do her thing. But Monica got bars. She got
Oh,
songs you
she's a
can relate
singer.
to when you down,
Monica
when
should
you
have
up, when you
saved that
mad.
new song for the end.
Period. But why Monica get to play four new songs and Brandy don't get to play
She took
none of her?
advantage of the situation.
Brandy
She took
gave you a
advantage of the
snippet of
situation.
her new
Hey,
song. Like,
say
give
that
Let
it to her.
again,
Tyson
Rello.
talk.
You
Let
I
feel
him
me?
agree,
talk.
You
Rello.
feel me? You feel me? And Brandy
All
was
I
right.
still
agree.
lit. She was
Let's call
still
it what
lit.
it
I know
is.
y'all heard
Yo,
Impossible.
the caller said Monica got bars. Let her rap.
Let her
That's
rap.
why
Let
I'm
yeah.
saying.
Let Tyson go.
She
Go
got
go go
bars.
go. Finish
Monica took
Tyson.
advantage of the situation. There was dead air. Nobody wants to hear dead air. I'm gonna drop this new song, and that's what she did. Give her
She wanted
respect.
to
And she
keep
couldn't
murder
sit back
remix
in the
so
chair. She
bad.
couldn't sit back in the chair. The bustier was tight. She was tired.
It's the
Okay,
BCA
she
for
could.
me.
She was uncomfortable. Let her do what she was doing. You cannot
Face full
deny
of
the fact that she
makeup.
got bars,
She
Okay,
came
and
to
I'm
All
work
right.
done.
hard.
I'm back in the
All right.
comments, love.
Passing it to Nico. Go ahead, Nico.
Well, I feel both of them are very talented.
Okay. Go ahead.
Both, no, both of them are very talented. But I do think, as far as Brandy, she did put more out there as far as mainstream with her shows and, with her mother being behind her as well. So both of the ladies are very vocal. But if I did have to choose, I would say Brandy. So that's all.
Good
All right,
job.
let's pass it to Leem. Leem, what do you think?
All right.
Good night, people.
Good
Good
night.
night.
All right, Leem, what do you think? Leem, hello, hi, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Liam's spot. No, I'm just
Bye,
joking.
Lean.
Bye, Lee. Bye,
Leem, what's
Lance.
going on? Hello.
Oh, it's
Y'all
two
can hear me?
Lee. Yeah,
Yes,
Oh,
go
okay,
ahead.
Liam done clicked over on that
they got two tablets.
Go ahead, Leem.
I just came on here to say one thing. I feel like it's a lot of like Monica hate on here. So I came to like
Thank
point out
you.
I came to point out a few things that she did. Like she was showing a little love. She told Brandy her range was good. She complimented her on that. I
Absolutely.
feel
As
like
she should.
all right, she should, but I feel like y'all need to give her points too, because I feel like y'all just sitting here talking about what she
Dog, we
she
don't
Wait a
have
did.
to.
She
minute.
was turning her nose. Like y'all don't know what's going through her head this time. Maybe she wasn't that comfortable with it, but she did it because Brandy wanted to do it.
Thank
No,
you.
Maybe
she
I
maybe
did
if
mean,
it
y'all
for
I
the
look at
feel
it
like
that
fans.
way.
that's obvious. I feel like we got that from her. And that's what we read. We read the fact that I don't really want to be here. I'm being here because I am being
Okay,
asked to
so that
be
should be
here.
enough. Like,
But
what more
let's
do y'all
not
want her to do?
we
She
can't
did
forget
that.
the fact that
Can I
Monica
talk? My hand
always
We
is
can
raised,
smacked
want
man.
to
Brandy.
show. We can
Need
want.
my hand raised. Can I talk?
Go
Oh, I'm
ahead.
sorry,
Go
your
ahead.
hand
Go
was
ahead.
raised. Go
All
ahead.
right, and then this for Liam. I just want to give you an exchange of views. Okay. Um, let's say, okay, say if I was a singer, right? And
Hmm.
I guess I was just going against Gerald Levert or whatever, right? And back in the day, Gerald Levert, then punched me in my mouth behind
Exactly.
curtains and stages and allegedly, okay.
Exactly.
And now, some odd years later, we get on the same stage.
I'm not dapping you
I'm
up.
really trying to show y'all my talent, and also I'm not being shady, but I'm showing y'all who really is the song. Well, in that case, songstress. And I mean it was friendly competition, and I feel like
Somebody came to a fashion show and somebody came for a battle. That's all I'm
all
saying.
right, but let me say this. Let me say this.
Be that as it may.
Huh?
oh, go ahead,
Go
Liam, I'm
ahead, Tree
listening.
Lim.
Oh, I'm saying, let me say this though. Like, damn, I just lost my train of thought. Everybody keep
I,
talking.
I felt what you were saying, Rello. Monica
Thank
smacked
you.
Brandy, so it won't no love to be shown.
Oh,
That's
oh,
plain as
all
it
right. So
is.
now I see what I want to say. All right, so say this. So say if you ain't seen somebody in years and you don't really know how to take them that much,
Mm-hmm.
you going with the flow, and then plus you on live. Everybody's not that
Yeah, but
comfortable
they
on live.
getting money from this though.
Yeah,
They getting a
yeah,
Right.
I
Right.
bag.
kind
And
of
they
gotta
both still
Because if
got
disagree
you
a
if
paid.
you
little
hit
bit.
me,
They
it's
both
on
still
sight
got
when I
paid.
see you. I don't care if I see you six,
But
Boy,
seven,
they
see,
eight,
but
been
that's
got
the
9 years.
thing
paid.
though. The
That's
girl that
when it
got
don't got to
smacked
do with
was the one
business.
who was over
Right.
it. So the one
The
that
hit,
did the
y'all, but
smacking should have
listen,
came the fuck down a little bit, just a little
y'all
bit.
bringing it back to the hit though. Y'all forgetting they been moved past that hit, and they
Mm-hmm.
did other collaborations. They did other
So why
interviews.
Monica was so pressed, bro?
Are y'all talking
It's
about
been
hit? I
seven
thought y'all was
years
talking
since
about the
they.
smack.
It's been
I'm
7 years
sorry.
since they spoke from what
Eight.
they said on live.
We talking
They
about
said
all
it was
that.
8 years since they've been in
Oh,
the
she got
same.
smacked 93.
Right.
Put me on some game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but she
mean,
got
I
smacked
don't
when they was
care if somebody
teenagers.
smacked me before a
They was
show. It's
teenagers though.
on forever.
I mean,
It's
yeah, but
on
that was
for
part of the
forever.
beef.
And no Cardi
Forever.
B, but it's forever.
And it might not be no physical confrontation, but I don't have no love for you. And I'm
Yeah, I'm
only
not
here
sitting
because I'm
down with
getting
you.
paid.
But
Twenty
that's
five
what I'm
hundred dollars a
saying
But
month.
though.
y'all, let me tell you something. Hey, yo, Lim, why when Brandy was trying to literally like she was clearing her throat, like, come on, it's time to sing. Let's go ahead and we can do some
And I'm
vocal,
glad you brought that
ranges and
point
all
too.
kind of stuff.
Nigga, we not a
She
group. You heard
backed out.
Monica.
She
She
did
said
not
we
want to
not a
do it,
group.
but
Now
we
I
backed
peeped that
why not
too.
do it?
I
Because
peeped
But
Monica
that
cause
too.
don't
she
Now
want
don't
to
maybe I
want
was tripping.
to.
relive through this verses and watch
Yeah,
listen to
there you
people
go.
compare
I
them
already
for
just
real.
smacked you once,
Right.
sis.
Yeah,
And
but
But
like, all right, but
And
look
y'all,
though,
just
another
y'all.
thing.
Lim, you need
Y'all
to make
heard
your
the
point about
shade
Monica
though.
though, because I ain't heard it yet.
Y'all heard the
My
shade that
point
Brandy
is,
said. Brandy said
cut
I
her some
always
damn
try to do
slack. Like y'all just
that little
saying everything
tongue
she did
pop
was so
thing that you
wrong.
do.
Two people can't talk at the same time. We only can sing together.
Right. So
All
but go ahead.
Quartet.
I'm
right,
gonna let her
go
go
one
first.
at a
I'm
Quartet.
time. Go ahead.
I said, y'all heard the shade though. Like, what did Brandy say? Brandy said, she said, I've been trying to do the little tongue pop thing so I can use it as my character. Her character was ghetto. Like, she was
hmm
Yeah.
throwing a lot of
Thank you, cause
shade.
I thought I
And
felt it too,
Monica was
but
eating them joints. She
I
was
thought
like,
I felt it
cool.
too. But then after the show, they hugged it out like they was cool. So you just never
No,
know. Like,
Brandy hugged Monica.
yeah,
hmm
that's true.
Exactly.
And Monica was trying to pull away. Let's be
And she
Exactly.
frank.
Because I
lost.
mean, let's not be fake
Monica is a
about
sore
it.
loser.
We here to do a
Imagine
job,
pulling
and
up
our
in
job
Fendi
is
and
to
losing.
sing,
I'm
not
just
to
saying.
like each other.
That's true.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm going against Gerald Levert, I'm gonna be intimidated,
Come on now
especially
with the Gerald Levert,
if I
bro.
know, if because that's my favorite singer. But
So do y'all think? So let me ask y'all this question: do y'all think she
yes,
lost because Brandy had more hits, or do y'all think she lost because her attitude and y'all didn't like her
Now she
Attitude.
attitude?
lost
I
because she
don't
lost
think
because
she
she
Attitude.
didn't
lost.
be a team
For
player.
me,
no,
for
I
Brandy
me,
feel
did
it was
more.
attitude.
for me, I feel like she lost because of the range, as far as like vocals.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
You know
agree.
No,
I
that to
agree.
me.
But
I
the
feel like
problem
she
is,
lost
y'all.
because of attitude.
But the problem is, y'all. The verses
Yeah,
is
yeah,
not
Nick,
judged
that
off of
is
none of
true.
those things. The verse is supposed to be judged off your hits. Who had the most hits?
But
Who
okay,
Exactly.
had the
I
And
Okay,
want
best
to
that's
but
say
the
this.
Brandy
point
has more hits.
everybody
You know that.
missing.
So
I
Brandy
want to
won.
say this.
And y'all
Like,
y'all turn into something whole different.
But I
Yeah,
think
And
it
but
what?
depends
we
on
are
what you
there for
like.
the whole performance.
Right.
Versus
I
is
love both
for
of them.
okay, so listen, when we're watching the versus battle, we're watching energy from what they bring. We're watching the hits. We're
Mhm.
we're we're reliving the moments of our
Right.
childhoods.
And I get
We're
that. I get that.
we're we're
DMS
we're
not like that
reliving
though.
we're reliving old moments, but also what is going into account is to how we are feeling in the moment of us watching the battle.
Hmm.
That's true. That's
Right.
true.
Like
It's who music
we
can
are
stand the test of
we
time, basically.
we're living in how we felt in the time that that song was dropped, but we're also
Hmm.
living in how we feel watching you reliving those moments.
That's
Like if
true.
I was
And
really
having
hyped,
fun reliving them.
right, if I was really hyped about The Boy Is Mine, and that was a really good moment for me back when it was dropped, and then when you are reliving the moment for me on live and it's dry, it's
Right.
going
Mm.
to make me feel a certain type of way about it.
I
So
can
when I
agree
Okay.
with that.
watch when I
Yeah, I can get
watch
that too.
them
Me
when
too.
I watch them reliving The Boy Is Mine, like when back when I grew up, when I was young, when the song dropped, like I had no idea of their beef.
Hmm.
Their beef
I
came way
did. What you
later.
mean?
I did.
Yeah,
I
I
made that beef
didn't.
in my head,
their
literally.
their beef. Yeah, but in and you know when I when
I
like
didn't.
like it was the innocent, like me and my
Hmm.
cousin would be like, you need to give it
Right.
up,
Right.
But
Right.
Nick, let me say something.
about it
Monica
up.
was
You
really
know what I'm
if
saying? Like we
offended.
would be going at each other, but I wasn't thinking in my mind like,
That it was
oh, in
real.
real life
Right.
that this is like
I
this was
agree.
like a fun reenactment between me and whoever like we going against in the song. You
But
who
But
you
Nick,
got?
Nick, she
Nick,
was
You gonna
really
Nick.
get
offended
Brandy?
by. She was
Are you gonna
offended
get
by her. She was offended by her literally saying that she brought the song to her. You know what I'm saying? And she
Yeah.
wanted her to
She
get
Wait,
on.
wait,
she
wait. She
definitely
was?
made a point to put
I
that
think
out
Monica
there.
kind of felt some way about that when she said that
but it was
because
her
she felt
song
like
though.
what I'm saying.
No, you
Touche.
know why
But
Monica
that's
felt
the
some type
truth.
of way? Let me tell y'all
Why?
why. Because Brandy did some shady stuff years ago and was like, "Oh, the song is mine
Hers.
online."
It
That was
is
kind of
hers.
yeah,
It's
but
on
that was
her
kind of
album. It's
shady.
the name of
That's
her
fine.
album.
That's fine. But that was kind of shady. If you cool with
It's
somebody,
not shady. It's her
why you
song,
But
throwing that
that's
much
what they
shade?
do in the
But
industry.
it was
But you
her song originally
hmm
though. So we
and
it
it's the
can't
name
is.
of
It
her
is her
album. She has
song.
an album called "The Boy Is Mine."
Y'all wouldn't feel
It
like that
definitely
shady
is
if you
her
did a
song.
song with somebody
But
and
you gotta
they
think
they feel
about
like they
that,
got
Yeah,
a
Nick.
but
sniff
No,
on
that's
your stuff.
not if that
copyright.
was
Right.
really my song. If
But
it's
Nick,
my song and I brung you onto the song, this is my song. The Boy Is
touche.
Come
Mine.
on, bro.
And
And
that's
that's
But
the
I
like
Like
I
you
think
said,
said,
difference.
but
Monica
it's not what you do; it's
So
how you do it.
basically, Brandy got
Niggas
the
in the
last
argument,
lick
and they be
because
like,
I
"We
just
brought the
learned
bitches to
that
the
y'all
song."
just, as I'm sitting here listening today, I did not, well, I thought that that was both of their songs.
Mm-mm.
So now
No.
that y'all
No,
saying that,
I
Brandy,
didn't.
if they played that last, basically, Brandy got the last lick. So that she won it.
Oh, I
period.
didn't even never think about it
yeah,
like
but
that.
see, I don't blame you because that's how the industry do. Because I thought Bodak Yellow was Cardi B song too,
Hold on,
Okay.
bro,
but
stop it.
you know,
Just
That's
stop,
a
bro.
whole
Hell
nother
Nick,
no,
we
that's
subject.
came
not
over
her
here
Yeah,
trying
song.
to
we
be
Okay,
whole
nice. Now
remove
you
nother
gonna
that.
be in the
topic.
bar.
all right, let me stop being a Virgo, you know,
Oh,
And
she
a
was being a
barb.
Virgo.
In a damn bar.
and a
Well,
barb.
I
But
And a
think
no,
like
barb.
even though somebody brought up about about how they look,
That's a
I
bar.
think Brandy was
yeah, I'm
looking
a barb.
beautiful, like she just stepped off the island of Africa.
Oh
I
Monica
didn't.
no.
looked like she
I
just
was
came
getting
from
grocery store
Paris,
vibes
so
from
they
I,
still
Brandy.
looked good.
This is how Georgia, not
I
Okay,
didn't
Paris.
like.
Georgia.
I didn't like Brandy's outfit at all. I
No.
didn't
I
like
I
her
got
didn't
outfit
like it
at
grocery
all.
either. It
store
was too
vibes.
big.
But
She should
Yeah,
have.
Brandy
It
I
was
didn't.
see what she was
comfortable
trying to
though.
do.
Let
It
me
Brandy
didn't
be
is a
honest.
complement.
murderer. She had
That's what
to
I
look just
said.
like that.
She had the braids. If y'all go back and look, she looked like she just stepped out from Africa.
I
Monica
didn't
looked like
like
she
Mm-mm.
just was
that.
coming from
You know what
Paris.
she said
Like,
about the
I'm
Moesha
looking
said.
at her now. That jacket cost some money. I don't even think
Okay,
y'all
Yeah, that's what I'm
know.
saying. The jeans
Hmm.
are custom
Like if she
made.
get on the
Oh,
gram
they're
and really
wearing
post a
labels.
tag, yeah,
Lil
y'all would be
Duval
seeing a lot
said
less.
Brandy had on those white shoes
I'm still
Monica
gonna
I
was
say
giving
that
know.
it's
off.
not
I
giving me
heard
what
that
I
demonic confused.
I didn't like Brandy's outfit. I didn't like her outfit, but I
No.
understand that
I
that's
did it.
Brandy-esque. I feel like that was her
Yeah,
mood,
hmm It
her
was
vibe.
that's her
But
look.
definitely
okay,
bold.
can I
Yeah.
be clear?
It was
yes, it
bold.
was.
I just didn't like it personally.
No,
I
me
feel like
either.
it fit her personality. Like
It
when
was giving
Brandy goes
me.
on performances, she
Mm-hmm.
does the big clothes, she does the unique
Yes.
pieces. That's her. And
Yeah.
Monica's outfit was her as well.
Yeah.
I liked
Brandy gave
Monica's
me
outfit
Kroger's.
more, but
Not
Brandy's
Kroger.
outfit I didn't
Kroger's
like, you
crazy.
So
know?
y'all, so y'all really feel like Monica was being petty?
Man, I
Yes,
think
Monica
No.
was
no.
Yeah,
being
I
petty.
don't. I
Monica.
don't.
Yeah,
I
very
don't.
much
Monica was
so.
being
definitely.
Monica.
I'm
That's what I
surprised she
got.
ain't posted a picture of
Most
her
definitely.
guns yet.
No.
Monica was being Monica.
No, I
And
See,
I
felt a
loved
little
it.
bit of
I
energy, but
think.
I
I
just felt
think
like you
what.
just never know.
Who
I
said
think
that?
with
But I
Monica
think
being the
okay,
reason
if
that beef
Monica was
lasted
being
so
Monica,
long.
and then if Brandy was being Brandy, maybe wouldn't a fight maybe would have happened. I mean, somebody
No,
would be
because
No,
able
they're
to
because
get
mature
Brandy's
No,
caught
not a
in that
They
now.
fighter.
already
Brandy's
situation.
that's
not
the
a fighter.
past.
They're
That's the
adults
past.
now.
They already
Brandy's not
been
gonna
matched
fight.
up.
Yeah,
So
they're.
y'all
I
really
mean,
That
Brandy been
depends.
married
Whoever,
before.
if y'all
Look,
was looking
listen.
for, if y'all hear Neek say, because I was explaining to her earlier, before they even did this battle, they had decided that because they knew everybody wanted to hear the boy's mind. So basically, what was said behind that was this is the last time that they're going to put the feud basically on Frontline Street.
Hmm.
Tonight was the dead end point, so you will not see them be supposedly like that when it
Good.
comes to that
It
part. That
sounds
Oh,
was
that
good.
that's
okay.
it.
You hear that,
That's
That was
listener?
good.
it.
It's
We'll
So if you
over.
see.
want to be technical, even though we was mad about the ending, but they ended it like that on purpose. Whoever started it, maybe Brandy, because that's the end. But when I heard that, I'm trying to figure out now as I listen to y'all, like, are they going to be like mad at each other from behind scenes? Because I heard somebody
no.
say they weren't
No,
speaking
not
for
anymore.
7 years
I
Not
mean,
previous,
we,
anymore.
we
or
we don't
like,
know. We can't
you
say
know what I
yes or
mean?
no because we don't know. Like, I mean,
Cause
we really
yeah.
don't know that answer. We
Has
I
can't
feel
say
like
yes or
anybody?
the
no.
way that they ended it, if you watch Ray J's live, they ended it on a buddy buddy note. So like
Exactly.
on the
Cordial.
verses, they didn't seem like they vibed, but the behind the scenes, they looked like they were in each other's face. They were hugging, they were vibing. So they ended on a good note off camera, but
Oh
Right.
So
on
all that
God.
sucking up Brandy
yeah,
did
on
paid
on
off.
camera, it just wasn't really good.
And that's
However, I just still don't think that the live tour is going to happen
It
Not
ain't
at
at
happening.
all.
all.
It's not
Definitely
Not at
happening.
all.
But
not.
I'm
Definitely
gonna
not.
pause everybody. Let's go to a pause. I want to thank all of you guys who are watching. We are going to continue this after the show. So I'm gonna end the broadcast, but everybody who is on the broadcast and anybody who wants to click to be a part of the broadcast, you can. But on YouTube's front, we're gonna end the broadcast. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'm going to end it.